We don't need to do this. This is Oregon. There's no legal restrictions on anyone's right to get an abortion. None. You can get an abortion at any time for any reason, even sex selection. I think this is unfortunate. Now I guess the only thing we have left is to promote it. We need to make sure that more healthcare providers are forced to provide it. I get it that Planned Parenthood and NARAL support this bill, but I have a floor letter that shows such supporters as the Bus Project. I thought they were about registering voters. Or SEIU 503. I thought they were about collective bargaining and grievance management. It makes no difference that some people object. We still need to take money from these people and use it for abortions. We need to make sure that even if these people object, that they agree to provide health coverage that includes abortion. I guess it's because abortion is a right, which it is. At least that's what the U.S. Supreme Court says. Imagine, if you will, if we did this for other rights. What if we did this for rights that actually are enumerated in the Constitution? For instance, what if we did this to the right to bear arms as described in the Second Amendment to the U.S. Constitution in Article 1, Section 27 of the Oregon Constitution? What if we required employers to provide weapons and ammo for their employees, and the state provided it for those who can't afford it? After all, it's a right. What if we did this for free speech? What if employers were required to let employees use their work internet connections to make political statements? What if the state paid for everyone's internet connection and provided free printing services? After all, it's a right. Colleagues, we don't need to do this. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Representative. Further discussion? Representative Johnson.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. To the bill.
To the bill.
Madam Speaker, I think for me the floor debate today is in many ways a metaphor for how this session has been handled. And I have to put it in the category of another missed opportunity. See, we all came here in February knowing that the most important task before us was to balance our budget, and by enacting structural budget reform so that we can adequately fund the services that our constituents need and that they want. But unfortunately, to this date, our chamber has chosen not to seriously consider the kind of structural reforms that we all know are necessary. We're told they're too controversial, they're too much work, they're too divisive. We just can't take up those topics. We've been told these issues just can't be handled by the House. But yet, today is further evidence that House leadership has no apprehension of sending divisive issues to the floor for a vote. Last Friday, we all spent hours here debating the constitutionality of a revenue-raising scheme that passed with bare majority support, but now lies dead in the Senate. And today, House leadership has again not shied away from controversy and contentiousness as they have chosen to roll this hand grenade of a bill across the House floor. So here we are on the floor debating the first and likely only Saturday that we will have to work this session. But we're debating this bill and this issue in a way that will leave us more divided and less united as a body for the remainder of this session, and that saddens me. And yet our time here today will not make it possible to hire one more teacher, nor will we add one more minute of instructional time for our students. And our time here today is not going to move us any closer to fixing our structural budget deficit, and it's not going to do anything to bring us together and to foster the type of bipartisan collaboration that we all know will ultimately be necessary to deal with our most pressing issues. So, Madam Speaker, I'm saddened today. I think today is just another lost opportunity to do the important work of the people. And I really think it's one more reason that history will not look kindly on the 79th Legislative Assembly. Thank you, Madam Speaker.